Welcome back to the show, everybody. Now it's a party. XRP Network hits a milestone. 165 million XRP. Where'd it go to? We're going to talk about that and XRP public liquidity. And how about Coinbase? Eleanor Terrett, John Deaton, Charles Gasparino comment on it. You're going to love it. And Coinbase, we got a legal analyst that asked a question that Coinbase probably can't answer. And we got the SEC with a new filing, objection again to the Hinman emails. Again? And we got legal analysts Fred Rispoli and Jeremy Hogan to respond to it. Let's roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on TikTok and YouTube and Twitter and Facebook at the top of the screen. Give us a follow there. And let's look at the market right now at $1.019 trillion. That's where we're at this morning. Good morning. It's July 27, 2022. There is a flurry of news. Let's get right into this. Bitcoin right now, 21,300 plus. We see Ethereum right now at 1,400 plus. And XRP holding that number 7 spot while being sued by the SEC at 33 cents. Yeah, I think that says a lot. It really says a lot to me, I tell you that. Right now, we're up 2.85%. We're ranging between 33, 34 cents. I want to remind everybody right now, this is one of the ways I make myself feel better at night. I have the majority of my crypto holdings on Ledger Nano. That's what I do. Ledger has incredible deals, and you can get them by clicking the link underneath the video that I have for you. And I tell you, you can also buy on their exchange directly to your cold storage wallet. How about that for a notion as well? Make sure you check it out. Take a look right here. We start with this with the Hall of Famer Michael Branch. Give him a follow. He was recently hacked. Let's get his subscribers back. This guy is a key player out here, keeping us all up to date in the news when it comes to crypto and Ripple XRP. XRP Network has just hit a huge milestone. The amount of unique addresses currently interacting on the network has exceeded 247,000 in just a 4-hour window. This is the highest spike recorded since February 2020. How about that? And this is interesting. 165 million XRP again transferred around several exchanges and unknown wallets in a matter of minutes. We never know where it goes. I always make the assumption that the majority of it is going to on-demand liquidity, which has been increasing. We reported on that yesterday. But remember, we want to keep an eye on this. Jed McCaleb has sold out of his XRP. Ripple factually has told us since 2019 Q4 that they do not sell XRP to the secondary market. They do OTC to on-demand liquidity partners. So we have to wonder when it comes to XRP public liquidity and the totaling amount of all of these exchanges, and shout out to whoever put this together here. This is the key, I guess, is who put it together. 5.658 billion is what we're looking at right here in total between all these exchanges. Will that number continue to be replenished as we move towards the end of this case and afterwards? We want to monitor this. This is not something I think we can just solve 1 month from now, but I think it's something we want to constantly monitor to see if Ripple ODL partners or if Ripple begins to offer again XRP to the retail secondary market. Something to pay attention to. It'll be a good metric. Hopefully we can discount it or really embrace it, understanding which way it proves out. We'll pay attention very closely. And I'm counting on all of you guys and your eyeballs too to help out with this. Looking right here, XRP accounts are hitting all-time high day by day while scarcity of XRP is increasing, says Dark Defender. UK will announce crypto law in August. And just side note to his point here, we see that stablecoin bill has been pushed back to, I believe, October in the US. And then he says, we wanted a flare to see it, and now we have Flare Networks in September. Swift ISO 20022 going live November 2022. Ripple lawsuit coming to an end sometime between November to March of next year. Probably nothing, says Dark Defender. This is an incredible window of time to watch for things to happen. Now, I want to make you aware of this because this was shared by John Deaton. He says the sluice at work 24/7, and they really are. What this is here is a thread about Gensler facts, and there is an LLC that he had that called Annabelle Lee. Technically doesn't exist and has no right to do business in the state of Maryland. In fact, doing business in the name of an LLC after its registration is forfeited is a crime, says Gensler Facts on Twitter. And you know what? This is something I just want to bring a lot more attention to see if more Twitter sleuths can jump down into this and get more confirmation, because for the guy, Gary Gensler, at the head of the SEC, to be declaring for everyone to be transparent and to come in and see them, public disclosures and the like, may just end up being a person who's doing the opposite. And we know that he's certainly at the SEC, certainly using vagueness and ambiguity to continue his jurisdictional power overreach at the SEC. It'll be interesting to find out more information on this, and shout out to the person who has found it for all of us to dig further into. Coinbase, when it went public, did not register as an exchange with the SEC. It registered as a money transmitter, says Eleanor Terrett. They have that license through the SEC. That's why that's what they registered for, not to be a crypto exchange. Listen to this back and forth conversation right here with Eleanor Terrett, John Deaton, and Charles Gasparino right here.
John, Charlie and I learned today that actually Coinbase, when it went public, did not register as an exchange with the SEC. It registered as, what it is, it has a license to be a money transmitter. And they have that license through the SEC. That's what they registered for, not to be a crypto exchange. So they are not officially registered with the SEC to do what they're doing. So the fact that the SEC is now coming after them for potentially selling these securities or not securities, whatever they are, it just goes to show the arbitration where the SEC is not being forthcoming with saying, this is a security, this is the way we want you to act. And this is a company that has a relationship with the SEC. Ripple doesn't have a relationship, or a very good relationship with the SEC, but Coinbase has been compliant throughout all this. And now the SEC is doing a 180 saying, you're selling unregistered securities.
No, you're right. Remember, a lot of Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, took a lot of criticism in the crypto universe when he basically bent. Remember, he was going to have that Coinbase Lend product. Yeah. He was notified, if you go forward, even though other people had it, right? BlockFi and others had it. If you go forward, we're going to sue you. And he, in order to be compliant, he stepped down. And look how that rewarded him. And look how the SEC is rewarding him for being compliant.
I think, another person would be great to have on here is Hester Peirce, because, she's got to be going nuts right now. That's probably a good call for us tomorrow, Ellie. I can't imagine Hester Peirce is like not losing. This is crazy at this point. I mean, this is like, you follow the logic of what Gensler's doing, and it is shut down the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie,
maybe that's what they want to do. I mean, do you ever think of that? I mean, I know it sounds impossible.
It doesn't sound crazy, Charlie. It sounds exactly like what we're witnessing with Gary Gensler, and Congress needs to do their job and step up and put him back in his own lane. There's no question about it. Now, this is Bill Belisarius here, legal analyst that watches over all things that are happening, whether it's Ripple SEC case or Coinbase and other events that take place out here in a watershed moment that we're going through. And he says, I can't predict who will win the SEC Ripple lawsuit, but I can confidently predict that I am Paul Grewal, and Coinbase will not answer the question, even though Coinbase's rigorous process when listing XRP suggests a win for Ripple. He said this: if your process is so rigorous at Coinbase, obviously, why did you list then delist XRP? One decision must be wrong. Either your rigorous process failed and you listed a security, or you cynically delisted a crypto you knew was not a security to appease the SEC. Which one is it? Oh, Bill, are we glad we have you here with us? I tell you this. What a great question. And here we have this. I tell you something, you know, there is no level to which this SEC agency or the people that work with inside it or will be embarrassed. I can tell you this. The SEC has filed its objection to Magistrate Judge Netburn's ruling compelling the SEC to turn over the Hinman speech documents. Let's get right into this. Oh my gracious. Fred Rispoli, another legal analyst in the space, shout out to you, Fred, says, for educational background, you only need to look at page 9, standard of review, to know why the SEC will lose or should lose. By law, Ripple must win even if Judge Netburn is maybe wrong. It's a demanding standard SEC cannot meet with the multiple well-reasoned orders. Now let's go right to page 9 really quickly to see what he's discussing here. And it's the standard of review here, okay? And basically, I just want to throw out this part. I'm not going to read every single thing to you, but it is astounding. And I encourage everyone to go read this entire objection. It is, I'm telling you, it will blow your mind. When a magistrate judge issues an order or a non-dispositive pretrial matter, a district court must modify or set aside any part of that order that is clearly erroneous or contrary to law. An order is clearly erroneous only when the reviewing court on the entire evidence is left with the definite and firm conviction that a mistake has been committed. An order is contrary to the law when it fails to apply or misapplies relevant statutes, case law, or rules of procedure. And then it goes into the argument that orders should be set aside as clearly erroneous and contrary to law because the speech drafts are not relevant to any claim or defense in this case. Well, listen, I read that and I had to ask. I said, am I seeing this right? In response to having to cough up the Hinman emails, the SEC is literally telling Judge Netburn she didn't do her job right. Now listen, I'm 12 years short of a law degree, but I'm pretty sure pissing off a judge is not the way to move forward. However, Fred says, correct, but this is normal, he says. The standard of review you cite requires proof Judge Netburn was clearly erroneous, not going to happen, he says. If this were a case-ending decision, the standard would have been de novo, meaning Judge Torres could ignore Judge Netburn, so Ripple starts off way ahead. He says, only in sense of making errors, this is the language of any appeal. So he says this is not a big deal between Fred and Bill. Well, it's a big deal to me because on the layman's side, I understand that they can challenge, you know, the decisions and things of that nature. But this is 3 times already they've been instructed to cough up these emails. So this is really just speaking to the unmitigated gall. I think I even commented down here somewhere in this thread. If I can find it, I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know what it is, but I could tell you right now, it blew my mind. And I literally, and I want to find it for you if I can. I think I found it. Was under here. But however it goes, I responded and basically said, you know, the unmitigated gall of the SEC is just mind-blowing to me. And it really is. And it doesn't stop there. Here's more evidence right here from Wrath to comment in this. It says, the SEC has never suggested that Director Hinman's personal views did not reflect the policy of the SEC's corporate financial division. And in fact, Director Hinman himself in his deposition indicated that the speech reflected the division's thinking. This thing is a mess. And even to add more to this, Jeremy Hogan says, wow, you can't make this up. We now have a 4th iteration of what the speech was. In objection to Torres, the speech is now guidance to market participants, but only from Hinman's Division of Enforcement and not binding on the SEC, calling Matt Solomon report for duty. This is the line. Director Hinman's speech, which he gave while he was the head of corporate finance, provided guidance to the market participants about how staff in the SEC division would analyze whether offers and sales of digital assets constitute securities under Supreme Court precedent. The speech was not binding SEC policy. Oh my gracious. This just in. It's officially a circus. At this pace, we may just see a trapeze act before it's over, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell you this, again, I'm 12 years short of a law degree, and I'm certainly not a financial advisor. But this much I can guarantee you. You make a circus out of a judge's court, and you made your ass a clown. That's going to do it for me. I'll catch all of you on the next one.